But it gets worse for Norway because the marriage of Märtha Louise and Durek Verrett is one that I thought the Norwegian family would stay a little bit more out of just because he is such a controversial figure, and you'll see why here in this video. It's from him, it's in English because he's an American. But when you seem to, I don't want to say indulge, but when I think would actually have been better for them not to attend because of this reason right here. This reason right here. So again, he has been accused now of SA against one woman. Well, I guess not quite that, but I should amend. Not that, but he has been accused of taking advantage of his patients. So I apologize for misspeaking there, but he's been accused of being inappropriate with his, well, not patients, because they're not patients, his clients, I guess. And one person has accused him of SA. That is true. And that is a man. And the people he has been inappropriate with as clients include one woman and several men. So when I was looking at their wedding, and I almost did a video on this and I didn't end up doing it. And during their wedding ceremony and everything, I was looking through Durek's Instagram, particularly stories. And I noticed so many of the pictures he was reposting were of men attending his wedding, which I thought was super weird because he was marrying a woman. But he seemed particularly focused on the dudes in attendance. And the dudes, you could tell, were probably on somewhere on the LGBT spectrum, which is like totally fine. But I just thought it was very strange because I'm like, you're marrying her, yet your Instagram feed is filled with these men attending your wedding rather than it being filled with your wife. And yes, I know you repost friend stuff and those sorts of things, but it seemed very, very focused overly on the men, in my personal opinion. And maybe that's just how he is, but they're just seemed to be a bit of a difference. And this is important to mention as well because he was actually engaged to a man at one point. He spent many years with a man as his significant other. So for him to share a lot of posts, now obviously not all of them, but a good portion of them are of the guys attending the wedding. And you just kind of look back at his history. He is also HIV positive, apparently. So it just raises some interesting questions that get even worse when you hear the recording that's coming up. So let's listen to this video here. Hopefully I can restart it. Okay, there we go. And so let's go ahead and listen.
Märtha knows about every single thing, and Märtha understands every single thing.
I en samtale over talemeldingen med
So obviously a bit of this is in Norway, but what he's talking about in particular is that she knows every single impropriety that he has done with his clients, which is sort of a big, you could say, allegation here. Okay, so let's keep going.
jenter.
And the reason why I make those mistakes is because sometimes guys will get do things, and I have this part of me that just doesn't restrain myself.
Doesn't restrain himself. Are you not an adult, like a professional? Like you should be able to restrain yourself. So if he's in a meeting with a client and the client is coming on to him, he has apparently no ability, especially if it's a man, of saying no. And his wife is fully aware of that, apparently. I personally couldn't deal with that, but it's just sort of confirming a lot of the stories, and it reflects badly on the Norwegian monarchy. It just does. It just does.
Because I live in a world where I'm just all about love and connection and energy and so forth. And Märtha does know about this side of me, and she's been helping me process through these sides and look at where they come from and what they're about.
So Märtha knows all of it and helping him process. So I'm like curious, are you helping him process away from some of that? Are you indulging some of that? I just don't know. I just don't know. So it's like, wow. Wow. Very, very serious here. And doesn't look good for Märtha Louise's decision making. It reflects very badly on her, in my opinion. And it reflects badly, especially on him, that he's in relationships with these people and he's supposed to be there kind of as their guru, and he's taking advantage of them. Now he frames it as, well, they're coming on to me. But if they're coming onto you, are you sending signals? Like, I feel like there's a piece here missing because I would imagine in most cases that that is not what happens in most normal guru client relationships, or at least it shouldn't.
And she's actually here right now listening to our conversation. And I really appreciate all of this happening. I call it the coyote moment. Coyote is the trickster and the
So he's been very frustrated by this negative coverage, and he attempted to sue, and we will get into that, but apparently the court threw out his lawsuit because these are legit accusations, and the media, because of who he's connected himself to, does have the right to know and report on it. Here's the thing: when you are connected to the child of a head of state, even if you think that these are an attack on your character, if you did them, which he's essentially admitting to, then it's not a smear, it's just reporting.
trickster is the one who helps bring things a certain way so that we can heal them and look at them and confront them and grow.
So I thought his deflection here is very interesting because it's like he's the coyote, he's the trickster, in my opinion. So he's claiming other people's are the tricksters, or it's the media or what have you, when he's the actual trickster.
Grow and and all of that, and there's growth in everything. And
So he's going to use this opportunity to grow and learn. I'll sort of believe it when I see it, but interesting nonetheless. Sorry, I have to put my cursor right here and it kind of blocks his face, but that's it.
So yeah, it's I think it's a great thing that the coyote is showing up right now.
So I find it funny that it sounds like there's kind of plates falling in the back. They're probably not. It sounds like somebody's doing dishes in the background, which I think is kind of funny, as if she's in the kitchen, like furiously scrubbing a dish, because he's talking about basically his attraction to men. She's married a man who's basically said he is unable to control himself and his attraction to other men. I mean, I can't imagine something more devastating as a woman. So that's pretty crazy.
On all levels, even for Märtha right now, she's listening to everything, and so it's really good.
Well, I just got to say, not a good look for Norway, but Verrett did sort of get, I would say, a decent clap back here, which is that he had to drop his case against CO Korg. Here's what the police said. You are hereby informed that the case against you has been dismissed. So this is to CO Korg, because the police do not find reasonable grounds to investigate whether the relationship is punishable. The editor says, it is still a fundamental important decision. We have stood firm in the decision to publish this case about Durek, and we have also published a number of other well-documented cases afterwards. But still, we are satisfied the police have closed this case after such a short time. That says it all. And it does. And this is very important too, because you think about it here as well, is that Durek's bringing up this sort of baseless lawsuit trying to silence the press from revealing some of the things that he's done. So that's obviously very concerning. And this is another, again, just another part of this Durek story here. So he's apparently helping to somebody to alleviate their, or not alleviate, but address their sexual problems. And he says and claims, the guy asked me to put my finger under his scrotum because he was in pain there. Because, being a guru means that you're equivalent to a doctor and you can help somebody who's experiencing pain. So let's maybe listen to a little bit of this. I don't know where this goes here. It's probably, again, a bit of it's always interesting to see the commercials, like different countries and different commercials. I always find that super interesting. But this case is just keeps getting more and more wild, I feel like. And definitely a concerning bit as well. So we will see how the royal family manages this. And obviously he's not in direct line or anything. Märtha Louise is not in direct line. She's not even working royal anymore, but it does reflect badly on the Norwegian monarchy and the people they choose to associate with. So that is definitely looking bad on them. And then you combine that with the Maria situation. Harold needing the medical evac. Why are you in Malaysia when you have obvious health problems? He's had a lot of health problems. And then Hakan leaves the country for unknown reasons and seems to be last minute and everything.
Med sin daværende venn Eric Nies innrømmer shaman Durek Verrett
each and every situation, really want to know each and every situation. One was this guy in New York City who came and had a session with me.
So he's a guru, not a doctor. Just wanting to make that clear again. Guru, not doctor.
And at the end of the session, he left and came back and asked me to have dinner with him. And I said, I don't do that. I shouldn't do that. It's not okay.
But I'm going to say that I'm just going to guess, and I do pause for copyright reasons. I'm going to guess there's a but in there.
And then he goes, come on, I know that you have this whole thing but I would love to have dinner with you. And we went out and had dinner. And
so, yeah, but we went out and had dinner. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He came back and we laughed and we watched movies, fell asleep, woke up in the morning, and we ended up fooling around. And then he got back together with his girlfriend. And then,
oh gosh, this is not a healthy client relationship. This is not a healthy client relationship. My goodness.
And said that he told his girlfriend what happened between us, and his girlfriend tried to say, well, he's a shaman. He probably lured you with powers and all this kind of stuff. And so that was a situation.
So lots of situations with Durek. Not good. Not good at all. So this is all coming out. Yeah, as Missy Lulu says, fooling around, not good. Nope, not good. Not good. And I don't mean to share this stuff just to be salacious, but because this reflects on a royal family can only remain in power if it has the trust of the people. If the people believe that those who are in charge, in this instance, the royal family themselves, are people who have good discernment, good judgment, make good decisions, have good relationships, that there's honor, there's duty, responsibility, all these sorts of things. And I feel like Norway, almost every day, you get something else where it seems like that's not really existing there right now. And what this does is that it undermines the monarchy. It undermines the monarchy and undermines its future. It undermines sort of a lot of things here. And so this is a story that we're going to continue to follow. It's probably going to, I don't see us not covering this for the foreseeable future, at least for the rest of the year. There'll be little tidbits that come up about it. And it's just something to look at. I'm just completely, in some ways, very shocked by this all as well. Just very, very shocked. I mean, we sort of knew things were, you could say, bad with the shaman, but I didn't think they would go to this extent. So this is, I mean, they're only, what, September, October, they're coming up on only 3 months of their marriage. And he's already admitted essentially that he is more than willing, if there is a flirty client, to step out, fool around with them, go to dinner, do whatever, because he can't control himself around his male clients in particular. And I think this reflects badly, of course, on his practice as a shaman. That's, again, all mostly my personal opinion, except for what I've read. So very, very serious here. Thank you guys so much for checking out this bit of the Crown Report. We will be doing these every week, Tuesday at 3 p.m. And we will be continuing to follow this story among others. So feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.